Namaskar. Today is a very important day. It's like any other most important day in the world, not just for us. This is the World Environmental Day. Now, all thinking human beings like you and me, I hope we are thinking human beings, should understand that the survival of this world is when the environment is good. If you destroy the environment in any way, survival becomes a very difficult thing for Homo sapiens, for the human race. Take for instance the present pandemic that's on. See, one of the major problems is people lack oxygen. They're gasping for oxygen. Of course, it's because of the virus, I understand. And then you have to give artificial oxygen. We are saying that from ancient times the importance of good breathing, breathing fresh air, breathing oxygen, breathing air that would really help in the circulation of your blood and so on has been known to us from ancient times. It is nothing new. Just think about the trees, for instance. We have our Satsang Foundation has the My Tree program which is going on. It means My Tree. It also means Maitri, friendship with nature, with the trees. I am not saying you should go and hug a tree and say, hi darling, how are you? Not that. That is taking it a little too far. But to make sure that you have enough number of trees, enough trees growing, it is not as if you should go to the forest. Well, in ancient times, the rishis had their academies in the forest. They were called forest academies. You see any of the ancient, just imagine how the rishis sat with their students in those great forests and taught. What was the additional advantage apart from the learning they got? Fresh, good oxygen to breathe, good air to breathe. So, environment is very, very important. Unfortunately, we neglect trees. Soon as you, I know a person who soon as he sees a big tree, calculates how much timber can be cut out of it. If this is the way we think, then we can't move forward. So, we should start planting as many trees as possible. Don't think it's possible only in the forest. Even in your house, wherever you have a small area, plant trees. In schools, in colleges, in universities, even in factories, set apart some place for planting trees. Trees supply oxygen, they purify the air. In fact, a large amount of carbon dioxide is removed and oxygen is given in return. This is what the tree does, it breathes. So, please, I want to say this again, not only people who belong to the Satsang Maitri program and so on, everybody is part of the Maitri program, we are all friends. So, plant trees wherever possible, you can then only sustain human nature, you can then sustain civilization, you can then really have a global human alliance for a sustainable future by planting trees. So, let us hold hands together in friendship and let us plant as many trees as possible. The Satsang Maitri program has been doing a lot, but that is not enough. You can plant trees yourself, you do not have to be part of the program, you are human beings. That is one part of it. The other is, we have something called the Satsang Jal Seva Sangathan. Now, look at this, water is so important. Today, we have mighty rivers flowing in India. It is not as if they have dried up. Go to a small village, there is drinking water shortage. So, it is not the availability of water, but the distribution that is the problem. It rains heavily, at least during the monsoons in most places. Now, we have to find ways and means to innovate techniques to store the rainwater, sustainable water storage, recycling of water that is available to us. All these are part of existent. In future, I predict wars are for water. They will be called water wars, because even the greatest civilizations like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, they wound up because there was no water. Rivers started getting dry and there was no potable water. So, naturally people cannot sustain themselves. You need water for agriculture, you need water for drinking, you need water for everything. And in ancient times, jal is such a sacred thing. You go to a temple, Abhisheka is done with water. They sprinkle the water of Abhisheka on your head so that you feel you are purified. Washing, cleaning, drinking, these are important aspects of jal, of water. So, the Jal Seva Sangathan, I invite all of you to join. It is not some official organization. To sustain water by recycling water, rainwater harvesting, very important, very simple, it can be done. And saving the rivers, which we already have, so that every human being at least gets potable water to drink. It's basic. Forget about growing flowers and all that. This is all decoration. Drinking water. Without drinking water, what will you do? So, therefore, air, which is most important, part of our nutrition, which we don't give much attention to, and water, which is important for our survival, which is sacred. So, protect the rivers, find ways to conserve water. This is my plea today on Environmental Day. While we are doing much, I wish the whole world joins in doing much more. Thank you very much. Namaskar.